tardigrades are the most resilient animals in the universe.
Tardigrades are a phylum of microanimals that are found pretty much everywhere on the planet, from the depths of the ocean, to jungles, to rivers, to mud volcanoes. There are over 1,000 species of tardigrade distributed across 3 classes: Tardigrada, Heterotardigrada, and Mesotardigrada. The main difference between the first two, Tardigrada and Heterotardigrada, is that Tardigrada have a single orifice for reproduction and digestion, while Heterotardigrada have separate ones. The third class, Mesotardigrada, has only been described by a single specimen, discovered in 1937. The specimen was lost in an earthquake, and no others have been found. Tardigrades were first discovered in 1773, and at the time were named water bears. This is due to the fact that they are normally found in fresh water, and their movements resemble the gait of a bear. The name tardigrade means slow stepper, which is in reference to their relatively slow movements. Depending on the species, they range in size from 0.1 to 1.5 millimeters in length. Their body has a head, 3 segments with a pair of legs on each, and a caudal segment, a tail, with another pair of legs. Their legs have no articulation and have 4 claws at the end made of chitin, the same material that makes up a crab's shell. They use their front 6 legs to grab things to propel themselves forward. Their rear pair of legs is used to grab onto the floor while they use their other 6 legs to nab food. Plants and small invertebrates, after which they feed on the leaked fluids. Most species of tardigrade have compound eye cups, and their bodies are lined with little hairs that help them feel vibrations. Tardigrades do have anal ducts, and some of them only do their but the female molts and lays eggs, the male will fertilize them. This mating process can last for over an hour. Terrestrial tardigrades. Marine tardigrades aren't quite as resilient as their habitats are much more stable. In the most extreme of conditions, terrestrial tardigrades can mummify themselves into little shriveled glass tardies called puns. And in this state, they can withstand a whole... On the hot side of things, they can survive for extended periods of time in temperatures of over 150 degrees Celsius, far past the boiling point of water. They can live several days at minus 200 degrees Celsius and up to 30 years at minus 20 degrees Celsius. In order to protect themselves from the expanding water inside their cells, they release cryoprotectants, which make the ice crystallize in a way that is less damaging to their cells. Species are able to withstand pressures that are 6 times higher than those encountered at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Some species of tardigrade can survive inside a vacuum and have even survived in outer space, where they're exposed to both a vacuum and solar radiation, as they were in an experiment by the European Space Agency in 2007. They can tolerate extreme amounts of radiation due to a protein called a damage suppressor that protects it. The protein reduces X-ray damage by 40%. Tardigrades can tolerate 1,000 times more radiation than most. Tardigrades can also survive air deprivation and will simply float around until they're in a spot where they can breathe again. Same goes for dehydration. Similarly, some species of tardigrade can go without eating for 30 years, after which they dry out, become dormant, and then they can rehydrate, eat something, and carry on as if nothing had happened. It is rare for a tardigrade to go 30 years without food, but they fairly regularly will go for at least 5 years without eating.